Howdy folks, Key of W, Artisan of Glimmith, and so on and so forth. We're at the castle gates here. We're gilding all the windows if we can. So I'm going to give this one a shot. Looks like there's a lot of puzzles to do here, so let's get on it. They're going to be the easier ones, like the 2s, 3s, and 4s that I've missed. Range between 2 and 5 with palisades. This looks complicated. Let's start here. Let's start here. This might be it. I was thinking there's no way there's not an easy break-in with a puzzle that says this. Start here. There's got to be a corner, which means that this piece here also has to move up like so, and then this piece has to move up. So we got that given to us. The question is, what way do we go? Because if we do this, we have to keep going, right? We would have to keep going, and we'd out. So we have to do this. That means down here we have to have a elbow piece. Got to block this off because the range maxes out at 5. That means we have this here, and we have to... No, we just have this. It's just too big. No, it isn't too big. I'm a big dummy. I can just do this. I can just do this. Which means here we just have another W shape there. Let's put that in there. We just have a bunch of W shapes? No, we don't. We can't have that here. We have to have a box shape here. The reason we can't have another W shape here... Sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of things. If I have a W shape here, we have a solo piece there. We can't have that. So this has to be just a regular box. This one is also a box. Boxy. This doesn't work. Yeah, it does. Okay, hold on. I got it. We're going to put in this shape here. Then we're going to put in this shape there. And then that's it. That's cool. Precision 5. Oh no, we've magic. Well, at the very least, we can say that the shape is small enough that we don't have to do a bunch of boring work figuring out what the shape is, and it's small enough, and we've done enough pentominoes that I can conceive of the shape being used, and it's not random guessing as this giant shape. At the very least, I can say that. Having a straightaway in any... Oh, actually, I think this is giving us quite a lot of information with these straightaways. So let's think of this shape. No matter what, it's either going to go up, down, or left, right. It's going to touch another straightaway, which is going to force at least 4 in a row. Not a lot of pentominoes do that. We have our I pentomino, we have our L pentomino, and we have our Y pentomino. This also expresses my feelings toward you specifically. Right? I can do this. I can do this. I mean, not in this spot. I can make a Y. Actually, how would I make a Y pentomino? How would I make any Y pentomino? Because I would have to extend from the center, and there's no way to do that. So I no longer LY. So it's just IL. Is there a way for me to break it down? Yes, because if it's an I shape, this spot no longer works. We block that in. So we do, in fact, have L shapes. So L shape there, there. This is the corner. So that means we have to have that. That. These are the things. This is how it's done. I think that's how it's done. No, this isn't going to work. This isn't right. We think about this another way. We think about it another way. Excuse me. This won't work either. Is there any way to do this? This way? See, I can't have that going on. I gotta do something up here. Feels like I gotta have a better shot. This, if I go through this way, I'd have to go like so, which feels right. I have to have these. Yeah, I end up in a pickle here. Yeah. Rather than just guessing, I know that these have to be. This has to be. There's no other way. Right? But then this is what we come to with match. It's boring. This piece can't because it would have to bend. So it would have to go like this. So can I bend it this way? No. Bend it this way? This ends up with some real trouble. I know those two have to be connected, is all I know. This piece, I think, has to go here. This would have to go there. I'm just not sure what to do with that. No, this is fine. What was I doing wrong over here? What was I doing wrong? I was just doing something stupid over here. I didn't recognize it immediately. But like, yeah, it's just so unsatisfying every single time. Like that's what we end up with. We either end up with the ones that are stupid hard and you just have to guess your way through, or it's just unsatisfying. I've had one, maybe two match puzzles. I was like, man, this really hits. The rest of these are like, God, they're so terrible. Nope, nope. Later. Saving sixes for later. Here we go. Oh, another match. Fucking hell. All right. Well, we start with this. We have at least 5. This piece here has got to go there. We've got a block to make it a lighter purple. So I've got to have a cross shape somewhere in here. I think it's got to be like that. Is there any other way? Unless I have this giant shape or something, but I don't know. How am I supposed to work it out? Because I could... Is there any way, like... I mean, this isn't the shape. I was just saying, like, I don't have a guarantee, right? What's the amount if I restarted this? I have 72 pieces. Alright, it tells me it's not going to be a cross. It's got to have more than 5. 6 goes into 72 12 times. But, what else? 7 doesn't. 8 goes into 72. 9 times could be an 8. I'm thinking about this shape now as it tells me something. Could I block this shape? I'd have to take that. Then I'd really have some trouble. I don't think I can put the wall there. I think I gotta put the wall here. And then if I put the wall here, I'm in trouble. And if I put the wall... well, the wall there, I'm in trouble. I don't think I want this. I'm not sure. But again, I don't know for sure. I just know this would be very, very hard to fill. I would still need a place to put it like a cross shape in. Could I make this work at all? I don't think I can make this work. Yeah, this shape doesn't fit with that anyway. I just don't think there's a wall there, but I'm not 100% sure. Do I think this is where I put the sort of cross part of it? Because then I could just... That's how you do it. What's this tell me? Like... This is a new shape, I know. What do I know about that? Yeah, this is just too hard to fill. I would have to do that. Yeah, there's no place to put a cross, I don't think. The only place is that. I have to add 3 more pieces only, and I have to find a way to make this potential. That's the only spot to do it, because none of these other spots, right? All of these be filled. Which one of these is the palisade? But no, it's none of those. It's this one here. That's the only shape it's not possible. So this does, in fact, cross in. Which means that's the dead end. This piece. The wall can't go here, so this got to go in there. There can't be a wall here, right? Well, yeah, if there's a wall there, it's got to go all the way. And then what do we do here? What on earth would we do? It's just, I don't think that's gonna work. I think we gotta go. I think we gotta take that. But if we take this one, we can't take that. We can't take that one. But we can't take this one, because now we've got this. We can't make this work at all. So we do have to take this wall. Maybe we take this. But then which piece is the cross shape? Which piece is the cross shape if I do this? Maybe right? I need to have this somewhere in here. So at least one of the pieces of whatever this match thing is has to be open on all sides. So it's not going to be this one, obviously, because that's a different palisade. So if I do this, now I have to find a piece that's open on all sides. First, I have to take all those. I have to take this one because you can't have a single. And then the only one, I can only add 3 maximum. Now I could make a 9. I could make the piece 9 spaces big. I could do that. I could make it 12 spaces big. I just don't know how big it is. The larger it gets, the worse the puzzle's going to get. So if it was this, it's not going to work. I'd have to move this somewhere where it could be a cross. And now I have this giant mess of a piece that's just stupid to work with. Yeah, I'm looking, and here, this is going back to a complaint I had on some previous videos. I will say every time, because why would I expect you to watch every one of my videos and remember all the complaints here? Besides my complaint about match puzzles just generally sucking, this difficulty, when you as a developer put this in here, 4 out of a possible 7, I am going to go into the puzzle thinking it is a medium difficulty. And with medium difficulty puzzles, I don't want to instantly solve it, but I also do not expect to struggle. That's the expectation. If I'm struggling with 4s consistently, that tells me the game is just generally harder, but I'm not struggling consistently with 4s. I'm in fact capable of solving all the way up to the 7s. So this should not ever be a hard puzzle. So if I am struggling on it, I already hate this puzzle, but I'm also looking at it feeling like I am literally stupid because the game developer is telling me you shouldn't struggle with this puzzle. That's what the dev is specifically telling me with this. You're not supposed to struggle with the puzzle. Maybe you got to work a little bit on the logic, but you're not supposed to get stuck because you're solving 6s and 7s. So what's the problem? This is an easier one, dude. What are you doing? That's how I'm feeling here. I'm not only frustrated because I got to deal with the worst fucking rule in the game, and I feel like I've just got to guess somewhere, but I also feel like I'm being patronized, being told, like, it's actually easy if you were just a little bit smarter and you figured out the logic instead of complaining all the time. That's how I feel doing this puzzle. I fucking hate that, and I really wish the devs figured out this rule sucks. Sucks balls. Because it turns into this. Like, what on earth about this is an interesting way of solving puzzles at all? I don't know. There's people out there who think the match puzzles are good. I will admit, I think they are delusional people. You have to be to think this is good. Sorry, this is really bad. Okay, so I know this is going to have to extend out this direction. Because it's got to be at least, we got to have this space somewhere in here. But then these pieces are huge. You see, look at these. Okay. Because like this piece here could be the cross shape. But then that's all I really can do? Like, I can't extend this up. This has to go. Like, it can extend further, but I don't know that it does that. Or, like, if this isn't the cross shape, it's got to be somewhere else in this big thing. I just don't know. I don't think it can go out this far, because then what's this going to be? But this can all be part of the same fucking region. I don't know. Like, if I said this is the shape, well, it's not going to be, because now nothing's going to go here. So, like, this could extend. Like, if I said that this corresponds to that section, right? Then that corresponds. Like, I could just say it's upside down. But then this corresponds here, so I'd have a dead end. So that would mean I would need to, in fact, have a new shape here, which isn't going to work. So I couldn't do it that way, but I could extend this way, which means that the dead end is one of these two. If this one works out really well. But then if we fill it, that's this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can't have 7. It's just not a multiple, so we got to fill that one at least. Because if we fill this one here, we also fill that one. And fill that. So now, god damn it, what is this? Here. Sorry, I'm tilting my head to get this, because once you start getting large shapes, I haven't had enough puzzles to do large shapes quickly. Tetrominoes, fine. Pentominoes, fine. Sextominoes take a little bit of work because we haven't done a lot of them. I don't know all of them. The larger the pieces get, the more it just turns into, wait, hold on, how the fuck do I rotate this? This can't be the shape because it is... No, it could be. It could be the shape. Could it be this shape? No. It can't be the shape because then... Can it be? Like, this can't be the T part of it because then it would be this. It would be this shape, and that just doesn't work. Can it? But it can be so much large. Like I'm not 100% sure this is right, and I know it can't. This can't possibly be the only part of the shape. What the hell? But if it gets larger, then it has to take this. If I didn't take that, I would have to block this off, and then I would have to figure out how to put this shape in here. And this is the only spot that takes just one wall. So it would be that spot here. Which if I did... So I've got to extend... So if I extend this way, there's nothing here, right? Because I have to extend the piece mostly down in this direction. So it can't be that. So it would have to be there. It couldn't be this, so it would have to be that piece. So it looks like I would have to take this one, and now it's down here. But then we have to go out. This isn't going to work. This can't be the piece. But I just don't, I do not see it. I do not see it, and there isn't like the logic in almost every puzzle, even on the 6s and 7s, even the 6s and 7s gives you a very clear step that has been explained in the game. These don't. These match puzzles don't do this. We're back to the match stuff that should have just been cut from the game. So I don't think this is right. I don't know, but I don't know why it's wrong. I don't know why it's wrong. And again, the game is telling me it's easy. If this said it was a 6 or a 7 and I was struggling, I would go, I'm supposed to struggle. The puzzle's hard. But I'm not supposed to struggle with this. And I genuinely, every cell I'm making, I do not believe in it. I do not believe every step I'm making. If this is correct, I don't know it's correct. And I should know. When I put something in, I should know what I'm doing. So yeah, this is one of those where I might just start doing this button because I don't respect this. I don't respect this design. How would I do something around here? But what? Does it matter? I don't know. I don't know what this is. It's just find out how to make some big fuck-ass shapes in here. God damn. This stuff makes me just legitimately angry. It's required. This is assuming this is the cross part of the shape. If I bring this up, it goes here. If I bring this up, it goes like that. Then what the hell goes here? This all has to be a new shape. I can't fit anything in there. There's no way. There's no way I fit a shape in here. Because I can't move this up. That's the end of that. If I move the shape, it just makes it even worse. So this is the shape? Because I can't bring it down this way because it's just upside down. That's the dead end. Then we have this here. This is a new shape. Which doesn't work. So is it this? Well, if I said this is just upside down, like we have this upside down, then there's nowhere to build that, because this can't be the dead end. So it has to be here, which means it would be built sideways. But like, is this the shape? How else do I fit the shape in? I have to fit in a 2x2. I wouldn't be able to fit in a 2x2 here. Wouldn't be there. Wouldn't be this piece. Yeah, we'd be stuck with that. So there's got to be at least another piece here. It could be a 9 with this. But then, okay, so this is a potential piece. This is a potential piece. So I think now I just see it, which is so unsatisfying because I didn't work this out. It's just, well, I see this works. Let's just throw it in. But I wasn't sure how I was supposed to do that without just that. It's so unsatisfying. I don't know how anyone I don't know how every single person missed this. There was not a single person trying this game out going like, this doesn't feel right. I don't believe that. I just don't believe no one saw and went like, are you serious at this? That? Is that it? I think that's it. I hate this shit. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. And it's gonna keep showing up. Because the chances that the game developers aren't so far up their own ass about this is really low. They're just gonna love what they're doing here. Can't bring this up. Could bring this over. No, I can't. Can't bring this over. This 2 won't go over because it creates an elbow here, which is totally fine, but I have to have an elbow between one of these two. So we got to bring that down. That much is given. So this has to be at least 4. This 3 could just do that. If it's an elbow, it could just do that. We're not sure. These 2 5s could be the same unit. We're not totally sure yet. Actually, see, we have 20 spaces here. These 5s are different units? Not necessarily. These 5s could be the same unit. We have a 7 to 3, then we have another 5, which isn't part of these units. That's always possible. This 4, hold on, this 4's got to go somewhere. This 4's got to come out. The 7 now has to come out. There. This guy is now the straightaway. Gotcha. So this 3 can't go into that corner. Actually, the 7 is complete. The 4s have to be together because if they're not, we're blocking them off. Then we have to have ourselves a nice 5. So we can't have a W shape over here. So if I do this, I got to keep going to the 7. This 3's got to be an elbow, which means it's not going to move left because it's going to create a problem. It means this piece has got to come out because I can't bring that down. So this is our elbow piece. This can't be, since this can't be a W shape, we got to move it all the way to the 7. The 5s now are part of the same unit, and they're going to be a P shape like this. 5, 6, 7, and this is going to be the other 5 shape right here. That's how it goes. And see, that was also a 4. That was a 4. The game is telling me that I should expect within the same level of effort as the puzzle I just did before this. And this was really easy for me. And that's going to happen. Sometimes they're going to be a little bit off from the difficulty markers. I just generally think difficulty markers make everything worse. But the game is telling me this was the same amount of logical work as the other one. And I'm telling you right now, no. The absolute best case scenario we can say now is the devs just do not know how to judge their own work here. There is no way you could ever convince me that the match puzzle is in the same universe as this one. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that just makes me think the devs really, the devs think they're very, very clever and they aren't. That's sort of the opinion I just keep getting in my head. Like, it's a really uncharitable opinion to have. It's this can't go up. It's this idea that the devs are just assholes. And I know they're not going to be that. They're probably all very passionate, hardworking people. But the work that they have shown me consistently mocks and insults me. That's how it feels. Because I get these puzzles that's like, this is easy, bro, and I struggle, and now I feel like an idiot. And then I get puzzles that says, this is actually really hard, and then it isn't hard, and so I feel like, am I being punked? And then I have, of course, the ones that are just absolute pain to solve, and I just end up not trusting them. I don't trust the devs when they tell me the difficulty. I don't trust the devs when they tell me the rules. I don't trust the devs when they tell me that the puzzles are all solved using logic. I just do not trust the words they say. So, like, I don't hate every puzzle, but I end up not liking any of the puzzles as much as I should like them. All of the puzzles I like less than they deserve. These puzzles deserve to be appreciated, and I cannot possibly appreciate them as much as they deserve. It will not happen. All right, this 5 has to be a straight line. Is it going to be a straight line this way, or is it going to be a straight line that way? Science can't answer. This has to be a boxy region. It can't be a 1 or a 2. This has to be a 3 going straight across. Oh, that does give us our 5 then, doesn't it? Our 5's got to go straight across this way. The 2 then can't move to the right because then we have an issue here. This 4 has a couple options. This 2, this 3, straight line. This 3 has to be this way because it can't go up and down. Size separation, we can't up and touch. This can't. This has to be like that. This can't be a 3, but it can be a 1 or 2. This can't be a 1 or a 2. This must be a 3. This 4, therefore, could just go this way. In fact, I think it does have to. If I make this 4 a 2 by 2, like this, then I have to put, I can't put a 1 here, and I can't put a 4 there, and I can't put a 3 there. I'd have to put a 2, which means I have to put a 2 there. So this 4 comes across like so. We have a couple dominoes. This 3 is set. We got a single, and we got a domino here. Nice and simple puzzle. 3 and 1. Box is so same rules as before. This can't move over here. Size separation. There you go. Probably should have seen that a little quicker than I did. That's that. This has got to be a 2. This one has got a lot of options there. This 4 can't be a 2 by 2 because it's going to touch that. We can't do that. This 4's got to be... can't go that way either. It has to come up like so. This is going to force a 2 here. No, it can't force a 2 there. Hold on a second. Is there any way I can make this? Got to be boxy, right? It's probably rectangular, so this can't be a single. Can't be a double. This can't go that way. Can't go that way. Is there any way this is... Oh, this is different because stupid, that's why. This goes down, but it doesn't go up all the way. It can go down this far. I have another space to go down. That's my problem. So this does have to move up. It's the only way it can go. So we have to have this, but this now can't be a 1 or a 2 or a 3. This has to be a 4 going across. That is how we do it. That's how a smart person would have figured it out much, much quicker. This 2 can't go left because we get a domino, can't go up, so it must go down. This 4 now is set. I think the 4 was set much earlier than I got it. Then we have a single here. No, we don't. Do we? What do we have? We can't have a 3 here. 2. Yeah, we have a single here. A single here. A domino. And then we put a 6. That's what we do. Nice. Took me a moment there because I think I just made a stupid mental error trying to figure out how to put stuff in there. That's nice. Good one. Simple but good. Boxy size separation area number great. Hey, just want to put walls. Thank you. Not sure what I'm going to do with these quite yet. This 6 can't be a straight line. It's got to be 2 by 3. So it's got to take at least those spaces. And now it can't take that because it's going to touch the 6 inappropriately. So we got to make that 6 there. This 4 can't extend all the way, so that's going to extend at least this far. It could be 2 by 2. Could be like that. This 8... This 8 could go all the way across the bottom, or it could be a 2 by 4. So either way, it's got to take those cells. The 6 is here. This 4 can't go. It has to take at least that one. This 6 cannot take the cell below it, so it does in fact have to be straight line. So it's got to go at least there and there. This 4... Oh, hold on. This 6 now can't move up. And this can't move over. So it actually is here. The 6 can't move left either, so it has to be that. It's the only way to touch this correctly. That's that. This 4 now, it's got to be a 2 by 4. This 4 has to take at least those spots. I can't take the one over there, so another domino. Lovely. This piece here can't be a domino. It can't be larger than a domino, so it has to be a single. And then this one right here has got to be a domino. This 4 has to be 2 by 2 now. This 2 has to move up. If it does not move up, then what do we do here? We'd have a single. We can't have a domino there. We'd have a single, but then we'd have either a single or a domino there. So we have to move that up. This now has to be... There can't be a single, because if it's a single, what goes here? Either single or domino. So therefore we have a 3, which means this is that. We got this going on. Let's see. 6 is now set here. 2, single, triple. Love it. So that was like, again, that was simple for me. Like, it took some logical work. This is more what I expected before. It felt more like a 3 to me, but that's a pretty minor difference. But you see how, like, the game is communicating to me how difficult this should be? This was closer to the difficulty because I expect now it's not going to be a cakewalk, but I'm not going to struggle. And that's where that fell. This was on the easier side for a 4. So yeah, the difficulty markers in this game really, really make it worse than it should be. It really makes the game worse than it should be. So, imagining a cell down here, it can't have a wall here because it's going to be boxy. We want it to be non-boxy, so it's got to take this one. But then it can take that or this way. I'm not sure. That's the end of that pattern. So over here, we've got to take, because we've got to have at least 4. We have to take that one. We have to take that one. This is fine. This satisfies all the conditions so far. Now over here, we've got to take these 3. We could just end it there. We could also do it this way. There's really no way to know. Let's think about something way in here. This unit right here, this is actually quite interesting. This piece right here, it can't touch the orange, it can't be a part of the orange cell because it will overload. We can't have anything bigger than 5. But if it moves down at all, it'll never be non-boxy. It must move up this way. That one is now guaranteed, which means whatever is in this cell can't touch purple because it'll hit the maximum range and be boxy. So we got to bring that out. So the purple does have to move out, and it must move here to make sure we don't have an orphan cell. So we're going to have something cool up here, at least that much. In fact, we actually have to make it this N shape, because if we don't, we have a new cell here, and it is going to be boxy. So we have to make this. This one comes out like so. This one can no longer come out because it'll leave an orphan cell, so we got to bring this out like that. This one in here... Oh, I've used all the colors. I was like, what color I haven't used yet? Let's put another orange. This one here has got to come out. It's got to be at least 4, so it goes there as at least 4. This is a new one. Just got to be thinking about it. This is a new color. So this color has to touch that one. And this one, or that. It's got to touch that one. And it has to be non-boxy. So I think it has to touch that cell. If it doesn't touch that cell, then it will either be smaller than 4, or it'll be a box. So if it has to touch that cell, that means the red's got to go up, so this has got to go. How do I make this work now? This has got to be how we do this around here. Oh, maybe this is... Maybe... there we go. I was like, I don't have enough spaces, or I have too many spaces. I didn't have too many spaces. I had too stupid in my head. That's what I had. That's how you say that. Nice. I like that one. This one felt a little closer to what I expect from a 4. Non-boxy size. Let's start with this spot right here. We got to bring it out, and since it's non-boxy, it's got to bend somewhere. If it goes to 4, it doesn't bend. So it's got to be part of the 5. From there, I don't know for sure. This 3 has to be an elbow, but there's a lot of options for the elbow. This space in here is going to be part of this 4, and then it's got to bend. It's got to be an L shape, but it can't go this way because it creates a box shape in there. So this 4 is there. This has to come out at least that far. There is no max or minimum limit. It's just the other stuff going on in my life. This piece here has got to be a new unit from this red one, which has to take at least that spot. The 5 is complete. This has to be part of the green unit. And it could take that or not. We could always... Oh, hold on. Size separation. These are right next to each other. They're different... there we go. There we go. Now we got to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could take the 6 here. Or we could leave it alone. We don't know. This is 5. It's next to a 6. We're good. Yeah. These 6s are going to have to touch because this 6 can't be entirely in this region. So we are going to have to do this. Which means this can't be a separate region. It's got to be part of these regions. Now we could do this if we want. Not sure why we wouldn't yet do that. This can be part of the 6 shape. It can't be part of the 6 shape. That actually fills the 6 and now we have an orphan cell. So this one here, this cell's got to bend that way. And then we got to take this or that. Whatever the case, that's done there. Whatever goes into this cell here has got to bend out. It can't touch the 3. Which means the only way to make this 3 now work is this sort of elbow. we've got a nice 4 shape up here. So the 6 got to come up like so. We've got to fill... Does this just work? Nah, I see. That's right. Sweet. 4's range. Okay. Okay. All right, what do I do? 7 to 12. So 7 is going to be just a straight across thing. 8 has multiple options. 8 can be straight across. We can do 2 by 4. Nope, just has 2 options for 8. 9, probably going to be one of these, although it is possible to make 9 going up and down. 10, yeah, this is 9 spaces. There's no space that's got 10 across, and that's 10 across. That's possible. I mean, it's not going to happen, but 10 across is a thing. Or it's 2 by 5. 11 must be... There's no way to do an 11. Not going to happen, because this is only 10 across. Yeah. 12 has to be a 2 by 6 or a 3 by 4. So I guess if I made this space right here not 2 by something, if I made it a straight line across, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I would have to do at least this far. And then I would have to do at least that far. This feels like it's going to cause some serious problems. Like, is that fine? No, this is just it. Hold on a second. This can't be right. This can't be right. This can't be right. This is too... I've got to be doing something wrong here. Right? This can't be it. What? No. Ow. Yeah, see, this is another case where... What was I supposed to do? Well, how was I supposed to solve that? Because I was just fucking around saying this will break the puzzle. It's not going to work. So I actually have to find a real logical step. What was I supposed to do? This is just another case where the game is not as pleasant as it should be. Like, it should. This game should be receiving completely unexamined critical praise, or unexamined praise. It should not be receiving any of that, because individually there's not like anything wrong with a puzzle, like just from a purely objective what is in the puzzle standpoint. It's entirely on how the game is presented to you. Like, the match puzzles suck, but it's because they're in a game in which match puzzles suck, if that makes any sense. If I was playing a completely different game, something completely different, where the expectation was I have a bunch of big shapes you have to figure out, that'd be one thing. But that's not how this game functions anywhere else, right? So they suck because they're in the wrong game. But, like, I'm ending up not liking this. What was I supposed to do? I didn't have any fun with that. That was just the answer. That was the equivalent of me, like, sticking a square peg in a square hole. Like, that's the obvious thing to... Oh, fuck it. Alright. That's one I've done. I thought that one was... No, this is the one that's doing that. It's a 5. We're going to skip that for now. We're going to do the 4s. God damn. Non-boxy. So we got elbows here. We got all these are elbows. Can't have... since they're all elbows, we can't have this one move that way. It's got to move up and down, but not totally sure which way yet. This one can't move to the left. If this one moved down... if this one moved down, it would be like this. This 3 is nowhere to go, because it can't be a straight line. So we'd have to move it into the other 3s. This has to go up. That much is given. This has to go like so, which means it's like this. Only... No. That's... Well, this makes a box. This makes a box, so yes, that's it. These 6s can't touch each other. This feels like a great way to start. Is that right? This causes a problem. This does not cause a problem. It causes a problem here. Yeah, this doesn't work. I think it has to be this. So let's start with the possibilities. This is an elbow. One of these 3 will be missing. If we miss out on this piece here, we create an elbow in here. Because they all going to be non-boxy, so they have to be at least 3. So we know it takes that space. Now, if it takes this space, this 6 is in trouble. Because the 6, it has to touch that one in some way. There's no way. So they have to be part of the same unit, which means they have to take both of these spaces to avoid boxiness. So now what do they take here? They have to take this one. This is a 6. Doesn't work. So this is the answer here. Are these still? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I know. I think you have to take this like so. Because now we create 2 5s. And that is the answer to the puzzle. There you go. That was brilliant. I like that. That was a really smart puzzle. See, like, you see how it wasn't impossible to start, but it wasn't like super easy. It's sort of in the middle. At least my feeling about it was in the middle. Since my feeling was in the middle and my experience was in the middle, this ended up working out for me. Anyway, that was a good puzzle, though. I liked it. All regions have between 3 and 4. We could just have a 3 here, though. We don't know. Non-boxy, though. Okay. Oh, hold on. If this 4 is part of this... Yeah, if this 4 moves into this region at all, it has to take all the spaces and become boxy. So we have an elbow here. That is guaranteed. Non-boxy. So we can't have an O or an I. We have to take this space here, right? If we take this space, we also have to take that one, because we can't have orphan cells, which means we can't take that or that. So we have an L shape there. This has to be elbow. This 3's got to move up, and it's got to bend in this way. This 3, size separation isn't a thing. I don't have to worry about it. I think I just see the answer. Not super satisfying to do that, but I think I just see it. Like this. I think you can see it too. There you go. It's not the worst thing in the world if you just see the answer. It just takes away some of the fun. Solitude. All right, I bet if I add this all up, 56, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, that's 28 plus 28. Yeah, so every space is filled in correctly. I mean, the solitude tells us that. Size separation means these can't go with each other. Let's do this real quick. All of these had to be different units. And this 28's got to get something. It's got to fill in whatever's not there. So the 28 has to go into there, for instance. This 4 has to come out. This got to come out. If I move the 28 space down, we have a problem. So this has to be an O shape. It's got to come out that way. 28 now has to go into that space, which means to take both of those, and it's got to take that one. Doesn't have to take that one as far as I know. Does it take that one? We're not totally sure yet. It's got to take that space, though, so yes. Hold on. We got to do that. This can't touch that, so we have that completed. We got to do that. We got to move. We can't. There we go. There's that. Ooh, this is going to make things rather tricky. Can't touch there, so we got to come around this way. It's got to come up. It doesn't have to come up. Just come out that way. It's got to go there. It's got to be there. It's got to be like this and like that. I think we have it. That's pretty good. Pretty good puzzle. Well done. Well done, game. That's the thing is, like, it'd be one thing. If the game just sucked, then I could just hate it. But I can't hate it because it doesn't suck. But, like, it's consistently trying to tell me that I was wrong for liking it. I don't know how else to say it. Like, stop doing that to me. Okay, this one actually... Well, it's telling... The game's telling me this one's easy, but it actually looks like there's some logic that I want to do here. This 4. I feel like this 4, the easiest thing to do is put this here, because then I can just do... I'm in trouble with that. Can't do that. So, what's the logical step? What's the thing I would do if I wasn't trying? Like, these 3 up here is the best option, because it gives me the most space down here. I could do one of these. I could do this. Does that just work? Just works. Alright, it's not super satisfying, but it's fine. Ah, there we go. Now something a little more. 14 spaces. I gotta leave 1 space out of this guy. So these have... there's 5... Ooh, there's 6 locations this can touch. If I'm leaving 1 space out of this, it can't be this one. It's got to be one on the wall, so this space has to touch all of these. Now, if it's this space here, that's not, then all of these spaces, it's not going to work. It's got to touch that one. So these 2 aren't part of it. I feel like I could... Not touch that one? No. I gotta touch this one, right? So I've one, two, three, four. Two of these spaces we can't touch. So I've got to touch this one, I think. Actually, I think it's this. I think it's this. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's too much. I think. Hold on. This being here. I think the problem is now. Can't do it. Is it this corner? It might be this corner piece because then. Oops, this piece. Yeah, that's the one it is. Interesting. Interesting idea. I'm kind of felt like I was floundering. Was I stupid? I might have been stupid. 13s. We got 19, we got 15, we got 15. Oh boy. So I've got to leave off 2 spaces from here and 2 spaces from here. But I've got to somehow not touch on this side and 4 spaces there. So the safest thing to do, I think, is everything that isn't touching a wall, let's just take those immediately. You see what I mean? Just immediately take everything that's not touching a wall. And then figure out what we can touch. So I need 1 more space there. I need 5 more. I need 4 more here. 4 more spaces here. Which one would be this? This one here would be interesting. I need a lot of spaces on this one. So I feel like the more I can take from this section down here, the better. Well, if I didn't take this spot here, I would be in big trouble because I'd have to take all of these. So the green would have to go. Green wouldn't have anywhere to go. So I do have to take that one for sure. Now, if I blocked this, I wouldn't need all of these, but I would be taking a lot of them. So I would really I feel like I got to take these. But I think the thing about taking all of these, the idea is I want the 13 to take as much down here because it has a lot of overlap with this 13, and it doesn't matter about this one because you only need 1 more space of red, so I don't have to put them here. So like if I make the 13 like this, then I only have to worry about 1 space between here, and then I just don't fill these spaces in. I fill one of these in, like this space or something, or this space. I don't know if this is right. Could be this one. Actually, if it's this space, there's this nice corner thing happening here. I bet there's a smarter way to do this puzzle. I'm just not sure what it would be. Well, then I'd have to take another. We'd have to have a... Oops, excuse me. We have another problem with this. Is this just it? This might just be it. So... Oh, I see. I see. Now the real problem. The real problem is here. If I said this. This couldn't be it. I don't have anywhere to put it. If I do this, I'd have to have... No, if I did it this way, I'd have to take that one out. I could take this and I could take one of these out, and then I think that's fine. No, this is not fine here. This is closer to... No, I have to take this. If I took this one instead, this is better, but still not good enough. Because of this. I'm sure there's a logical way to do this. Because this isn't logical. This is me just filling in. Like, I know this is the safe move. If it wasn't this, it would be very, very strange if the puzzle didn't include this. It's just, I'm sure at some point you have a logical way to get to the answer rather than, well, what if I do this and get the answer? I don't want to do that. Let's do it logically. But can we logically reduce stuff? I know. We need 1 more piece here. We got how many? We got these cells touching each other. this would be a problem. If I took this cell here, I would might as well take this cell. Yeah, I'd have to take that one as well. In fact, if I took this one, now, do I might as well take that one, or? I no longer can take any of these. I could take that cell. If I took this one down here, then we just don't have to worry about anything else touching red. But now I gotta take 3 of these. This one would be the one to take here. Would it be... Would this be it? Yes. These are an interesting idea. I just find in execution they're not as fun as I think they're going to be. And I don't know if that is... Am I even doing the right puzzles? I think I was doing them from the size separation section instead of this section. I was trying to do castle gates. I still got quite a few to go. So it just ended up being a longer video. It's fine. Can I find some here that aren't super hard? I mean, I like super hard. I'm trying to get rid of the other ones first. I'll do a 5. Why not? Non-boxy 4s and 5s. Well, this one is pretty set. We have to block that off. We could do that. We could do that. We don't really have this settled yet. We got another case here. We can't do this because it'll make it too big. So this is now a straightaway going up and down. This could, no, this if we straightaway into here, we end up with a boxy region. Gotta block that. Ah, gives us that. It has to go into the corner piece, and it can't be part of this unit, so it's got to be that. That piece is done. We now have this one going up. Let's make it purple. Again, I'm doing a lot of like purpley blues today. We can bring that in just fine. This is possible, right? I can't go into that I can't go in that straight. So this oh, hold on. We just have a pattern here that I'm too stupid to see. Sorry. This is either here or there. Oh, no, this makes a corner. It overloads. So we have to do this. We have to make that piece happen. This or that? Not sure. That means we gotta have a P shape there. There's not much we can do about it. We gotta have a nice corner. And then it's gotta be part of that. It can't be boxy, so we take that space. This has to go here, which means it has to take both of these spaces. And then we gotta, hey, that's not what I have to do. We gotta block that, so make a P shape. This one here is also a P shape. No, this is an F shape. This guy is broken then. Is that right? How else would I do this section? If I go here, yeah. This has to be its own thing, but it's got to be at least 4. No, it doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be an F shape. You dummy. This is fine. Either one of these is fine. I'm not totally sure. Oh, hold on. Up here, we just have a corner piece. They can't touch that one. It's got to come out. It's got to come out, but they can't be one of the same unit. If we put a wall here, we would be forced to do that. So this must bend down, and it can't be part of the straightaway. This has to have at least one more piece to it. If I put this down, we'd have the same issues. So we do have to move this here. So it's a question of which one of these is the W. This one. That's what it is. What do I do here? We got a 5 space, but it's got to be essentially a new unit. No, it can't, because if I put something here, how do I make this work? This has got to be part of that unit. Is this possible? No, I don't have enough space. How do I make this work? I put this here. This is too big. This doesn't work. If I make this one up here, could I... What do I do with this one? How do I make this a 4? This piece can't be part of that, because now there's no way this is in anything. So that does go there. We can't extend it. Oops. I've probably made an assumption somewhere I didn't realize I was making, which has caused this puzzle to break. Because now I can't put anything here. Like, this is non-boxy, it's just too small. Is there any way this could be different? Is there any way this set up here could be there? Because, like, if I put a wall here, we end up with that. So this is true. But also the same is true here. So this is true. Now if I bring this down, it's like if I bring this down, kind of have a similar issue going on. What if I did it this way, brought that over? This might work. This might work, right? That might work. There we go. I just made an assumption up here. That was where it was. I thought it was over here, but it wasn't. I screwed up in a different spot. It was a good puzzle. Match, because that's what I expect. I expect with a 5, I'm going to start to have some problems. And I did start to have some problems. This W can go this way. It can go, can't go that way. Can't go this way. It can go this way. What do we do with that? This guy can't move left. If we move left, does it break? It doesn't break because we don't have to make this one unit. Make this multiple units, and now size separation isn't a problem. Can't move it this way? That's fine. There's no other way to make this, though. I think I can't block this piece, is what I'm saying. Because, yeah. So I think this has to move down. This P shape. Got a couple options. Actually, I have to take this space, too. So no matter what, I'm going to leave a 5 in here that has to be broken up, right? Because, yeah, this is an interesting combo. Mismatch and size separation. Size separation already says I can't have pentominoes next to each other, but I do have to have everything be different anyway. So that means this cannot move up, because if it moves up, it will always touch them. We do have to move this down. So this now can no longer touch that space. So how can this piece work? We can't move up, can't move right. This is the only way. Which means the only way to make this is over here. We could bring it up there or there. I'm not 100% sure. Hold on, this touches the 5. I am now 100% sure. I would have been 100% sure if I was smarter. Might as well just make this a 6er, because that'll prevent a lot of issues. This is now the single, so we know we can't have a single anywhere else. So we can't have a single in domino here. We do have to have a nice elbow piece there. So if I do this, how would I block? I have to block this into a 2 and a 3. This won't work. I'll make an elbow piece. I have to do it with a 2 and a 3 going straight. Like this, like that. So now I have no more dominoes left, no more solo ominoes, and no more triominoes. Everything's got to be a big piece. So I have to have a tetraomino here, and then I have to have a tetraomino there, and then I put this guy in. Now this space might as well just make it the big boy. Yeah, that was much easier than the last 5 I did, but I liked that. That was a smart puzzle. I think that was a good one. That's a good job, fellas. What do you got there? That's 7. We're not touching 7s right now. 2 more of these on this nice long video. This is part of the wrong section. Let's do this 5. All regions are rectangular. Size separation, but not mismatched, so I can have a bunch of these. Got some little faces going on. This can't be a single, so it's got to be at least a double, which means this is a new segment as well. So I can't stop here. This is a domino. So I got to go at least this far. If I stop here, I have a domino. Or I have a single and a triomino. So I have 4 and I have 3. Or no, I could have a single there. I just can't have a single here because then it makes 2 triominoes. So that's got to be 4. This piece has to be at least 2. And actually, if I do this here, it would be exactly 2. This has to be... this can't be a 1 or a 2. No, this can be 2 if I do it like this. Actually, let me think about if I put a wall here. This is a new piece, and it would have to go out because it can't be a single. So this would be a triomino, but now it goes here. Can't be a single, can't be a domino. So in fact, this does go that direction. I don't know if it is that or not. It could just be a domino. We could have this stuff going on. Not totally sure, but let's hold on to this idea. Over here, oh, I gotta put something. I gotta actually put a domino in here, which does change the calculus here because now this can't be a 1 or a 2. This has to be at least this, which means this is now a triomino. This could just be a domino. No, because it would put a domino there are 2 singles, so this must in fact still be 4. This can't be 1 or 3, so it is forced to just be a domino. This has to be at least... this does have to be the 2 by... Let's make a different color. This has to be a 2 by 2. It means this is not a 2 by 2. This is a 2 by 1. This is a triomino. This is a single. This right here has to be at least 2, so it could just be that. This has to be broken up. This is going to be broken up into a single and a triomino, which makes this a single up here. So now, this has to be broken up into a single and a triomino. And we're going to have a single piece like that, and we're going to do a single piece there. That was clever. I like that one. It was a little easier than I expected, but I liked it. But it probably would have gone better if it had been a 4. What's going on over here? What's in there? 7. No thanks. I'll get to the 7s. They'll happen. I just want to get all the non-7s out. Without the 6s either. I'm looking for this stuff. Range between 4 and 7. Well, that's settled. That is also settled. If I did this, it would be all... I see. This straightaway can't connect because we would have an overload. So we have to have it go straight up and down. This would overload. So this straightaway cannot touch any of these pieces. But we got to have between 4 and 7, so it's got to go somewhere. This could be part of that. We don't know. This piece right here can't be connected there, so it would overload. So, hey, I'm trying to draw a wall. Thank you. Right there. This guy here. That's blocked. Anything else? Oh, hold on. We gotta cover these. What am I doing? Can't have orphan regions. These are already at 6. We can only add 1 more region to them. This one has to have at least 1 more. This guy, I mean, we can just do that. I'm not totally sure. If I blocked here, we wouldn't, yeah, we need to have at least 4. So we do in fact have to do this. Now this piece has to have 2 more attached to it. So which 2? These 2? These 2? These 2? Science can't explain. Is there any way this purple reaches up into there? Yeah, there is. It's fine. Oh, hold on. No, there isn't. To reach this spot, this creates a dead end problem here because we're at 7, right? This is a dead end here. Or this creates an orphan cell, or this creates another dead end problem. So that doesn't tell me much. It just tells me I can't have. In fact, after the wall here, we have a problem because now this is a dead end thing that, yeah, we can't put the wall there. We have to go down this way. This can't be part of that now because it's a massive overload. So one of these 2, we got to deal with this dead end. Looks like this is the way to go because if we do it this way, how do we create a piece in here with this dead end? We don't. So we got to make it like this and be done with it at 6. So that this way we can have a 4 piece like so. I think we got to do it that way. This can move in. This can move in. This dead end can't touch the other one, or we would underload, so to speak. Bring that out. So now we've got to bring this one down. Do I know what that piece is? I don't know what this piece is. This cat's got to be blocked. Is there any way this is blocked? No, because then that's just a 3. So this has to go here. So this yellow does have to move out, and it can't overload, so the yellow has to be complete there. Now this red... Like, why am I taking longer on this than in the previous puzzle? The previous puzzle was great, don't get me wrong. But, like, I'm ending up in a position where I'm like, why am I struggling with this? I shouldn't struggle with this. It's a 3. I'm stupid. I must be a stupid person. Don't make your games so that people feel stupid when they play them. I don't think I can put a red here. Because if I do, what is this? It can't be a new unit. It has to be part of the green, but that overloads. So, that goes there. That means this is part of this. This one's done. This would create some orphan cells. So now I believe this has to be part of the blue. This has to be. So this has to be complete, which means that's complete there. This is complete here. Excellent. I mean, it's a good puzzle, but I just ended up feeling like I shouldn't have worked harder on that than I did in the other one. Castle gates are complete. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and people in between. That is the end of that. I'm going to take a break here. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Have yourselves a good day. Goodbye.